Welcome. Shabbat Shalom. It's Friday morning, and we're about to give over. Shir HaShirim, Shir HaShirim, Shir Shlomo. It's so beautiful. We've been going through the Song of Songs since we started counting the Omer. Counting. We're in the third week of the counting. We're in the week of the energy called Tiferet, which is a very beautiful week. Shir HaShirim Asher Shlomo Shakini Veneshikot Piu Ki Tovim Dodecha Mi'ayim. Your love is better than wine, L'reach Shemanecha טובים משמן תורק שמחכים על עמו אהבוך שיר השירים אשר לשלמה. So let's take a look where we are in our progress through the text. My co-conspirator is off on a mission of mercy this morning, a real mission of mercy. As I was yesterday, it wasn't such a mission of mercy, just a mission. So we'll continue again on Sunday together. Mitzvah Hashem, Inshallah. And today we'll, I think we moved into chapter 5, I believe, of Shir HaShirim. Shir HaShirim, Shir Shlomo. V'yarev Adonai Eloheinu et divrei Toratcha b'finu ובפי עמך בית ישראל ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה ברוך אתה אדוני המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. Amen. Oh God, make the words of your teaching pleasant on our lips, and the lips of all of us that come into our screens, so we can spend the time in learning for the pleasure of it, for the advantage, for the transformational possibilities, that the door that opens through learning. Blessed are you who teaches in this fashion. Amen. Say amen. Hello, Susan. Hello, Alyssa. Hello, Sam. Hello, Larry. Hello, Debbie. Amen. We're drinking a black tea from what used to be called Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Excellent tea. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol nihiyeh bidvaro. Amen. Everything created according to your word. The tea is deep enough to accommodate a little milk in the continental style. So let's take a look. Let's see. First, I think we'll start with the counting, and then we'll look at the text a little bit. Yesterday's text was oof, 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 rich, rich and saucy, as they say. So we're counting the third week. We're in the day. Today is Yesod, the energy of Yesod within Tiferet, the middle pole of the second. Actually, it's the third triad, but we only deal with two during the counting because the upper triad of the energies within godliness is, so abstract, It's hard to attach ideas to. Really, it's so hidden within the higher realities. So we work with the lower two triads, so to speak, and then Malchut, which I call the spigot, the funnel through which divine energy flows into the world, the divine overflow comes through the spigot, Malchut, 3, 3, and 1. So we often are thinking in terms of dyads, an energy, a balanced energy, a counter energy, a complementary energy, that's a better word, with a complementary with an E energy. And then when we're thinking in the counting, we're thinking in triads, a third energy, the balance pole, which we locate in the middle of the body. So today we're in that balance pole, in that second triad that we deal with. We're in the energy of Yesod. Yesod is a very physical energy within the week of beauty. So it brings up the issue of, when we started, we talked about the Song of Songs as the Shlomo, as I sang in the beginning, ascribed to Shlomo. There are three of our texts that are ascribed to Shlomo. There's this one, the Song of Songs. There's Ecclesiastes, vanity, vanity. And then there is Proverbs, Ishle, Proverbs. So our ancestors ask, like which one pertains to which part of his life, or our lives for that matter. It's interesting to think about that. This lusty text that we're reading, this physical text, what we're reading, that the physical and the spiritual that is laid in the most secret way in this text, the most secret is not the right word, the most shadowy way in this text to integrate the physical and the spiritual is, I think, the great effort of the listener or the reader in this text to find that spiritual within the physical, since it seems so overtly physical. But we have no problem with that. We always know that a text is not complete without its commentary, without its other voices. Excuse me, I those other noises you hear are the flock. I pastured the flock this morning, but they have returned and they're looking for some more. Can't right now, girls. So those are sounds of the flock in the background. The chewing bones. So yes, so Song of Songs is of course the one that has the most spiritual flesh, so to speak. What are its bones? Or the most physical bones? What are its flesh? And then there's Proverbs, which are slogans, and this can be taken as slogans. And then there's Ecclesiastes, which has a little bit more darkness attached to it, a little more reality attached to it, when the luster of existence has worn, and we see things and more for what things are, the way things are. So which text pertains to which part of life? And not everybody agrees. Not all the commentators agree which text pertains to which part of life. And if we did an exercise, if we had a moment, we would do an exercise and ask, which text is it that pertains to your part of life? And not everybody says that the Song of Songs, the Shir HaShirim, is the text of a young person. It may be the text of someone in the last arc of life when the physical and the spiritual become more clearly integrated in that last arc of life, so to speak. Yeah. So let's take a look. I'm feeling that myself, but let's take a look. Let's start with the counting. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Alyssa. Let's begin with counting. We're in the third week, so we're in still the week of Tiferet, the energy of beauty, and particularly of this day, of the Yesod, that synthesizing pole, that third pole, very physical pole within the energy of Tiferet. Body wisdom. Body wisdom, we need it now. We are moving down the energy tree. There are obstacles. First, let's not be one. Maybe we are thinking too much. Let's settle into body wisdom, knowing what to do. We've been practicing. Act right, think later. Amen. Chesed, love, Gevura, restraint, Tiferet, beauty. Netzach, you think you know. Hod, you don't. Yesod, foundation in the body. And then Malchut, the spigot. I think I might have made a mistake before. I think I mentioned that we're in the second of our triads. We are in the second of our triads of the three. Tiferet is the balancing notion in the second of the triads. We enter the third triad next week. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mizvotav v'tzivanu al sirat ha'omer. Hayom 20 yom she'em shnei shvuot v'shisha yamim la'omer. Today is day 20 of the Omer, which is 2 weeks and 6 days of the Omer. Bless our president, our vice president, and all their noble retinue. Dr. M teaches the Omer, almost all your certainty is misplaced. Fountain, its origins toward love, chesed, loving kindness overflowing, bordered by gevura, restraint. Lifted and balanced into tiferet, beauty. With netzach, a renewal of confidence. Second pass, you think you know. You don't know. Hold on, speaks Hod, settling into synthesis, Yesod, in your body. With Malchut, the spigot is yours. Open, not open. Okay, let's look at some text. I don't like to do this without my sacred partner because you know what I mean. So let's take a look. We stopped yesterday, I believe. I was in a remote location, undisclosed, but somewhere in the heartline, the omphalos, the belly button of America. So let's take a look. Let's start with chapter 5, I suppose. I'm not sure where we ended yesterday, but let's go back a few verses. Let's do that. So, awakened in the end of chapter 4. Remember that we divide these poems up into songs in a way, in the sense that they don't always correspond to the chapter headings. We only have 8 chapters in Song of Songs, and the chapters are rather arbitrary. With the songs, they seem like discrete units. You can kind of discern them within the 8 chapters. That's sweet, Sam. Thank you. So, oh my God. Uri tzafon v'hi teman. Get up or awaken north. Come south. Hafichi. Hafichi. Blow. Gani yizlu. V'samav. The spices might flow. Oh my goodness. That the spices might flow to my garden. Yavo dodi legano. May my dodi. I prefer not to translate these terms of intimacy because they sound kind of silly in English, really, pleonastic. They don't add anything and they detract, I think, because many of these terms are so overly drawn that they lose their shine. It's hard to return the shine to language that has tarnished a bit. So let's not translate it. We know what dodi is. Dodi is another name for my intimacy, my intimate one. Yavo dodi legano, let my intimate, my dodi, my dodi, legano, come into his garden. Vayachal pri megadav, and eat of the precious fruits. Well, I don't have to interpret that for you. Let's start with chapter 5. Well, here I come. I'm coming. Bati legani achotik chala. Here's another good phrase that I think we should pass on the translation. I've come. I'm coming to my garden. We have the voice of the lover here now. So I have come into my garden. Achotik chala. You know, you have two names here, two words here that suggest greater intimacy. We have some really wonderful interpretations in the chat yesterday. Levels of intimacy. Achoti chala. Achoti is something about sister. Chala, bride. Very beautiful. So let's just say Achoti chala. Ariti mori imbishami. I have gathered what my more, my more, my more, my myrrh. It's a very strange transliteration into English. We could talk about that. It would take a while. I've gathered up my myrrh, my spice, the sami. Achalti, yari im dvashi. I've eaten my what? My milk with my honey. Uh, some kind of drink um, that I've eaten. Im divshi shatiti yeni. I have drunk of my wine. Im chalavi, with my milk, with something. Ichlu re'im, eat. Intimate ones, re'im. Shtu, drink. Shichru, dodim. Beloveds, beloveds, beloveds. This is too much. That's so great. So, let's see. Let's keep going a little bit here. Ani yeshena v'libi er kol dodi dofek. Ani yeshena, I'm sleeping. V'libi er, my heart is awake. I love this image. I'm sleeping. My heart is awake. Kol dodi. What comes knocking into that consciousness, that mid consciousness realm? What's in my mind? What's in there? The voice of my beloved. Dodi dofek. My dodi, my dod dofek. Nax. Pit chi li achoti rayati. Again, the use of two terms together. More intimacy. Open to me. Open to me, Achuti, Rayati, my sister, my intimate one, my dear one, my sweetheart. Yonati, my dove. Tamati, oh, my perfect one. Shiroshi Nimla Tau, my head is filled with dew, D-E-W. Gavutsotai, my hair. Risise Laila, my hair drips with night. The drops, the drippings of night. This word, we have many hapax legomena, single uses in our book in here. Dislegomena, words that are used twice. Gewutz, this one for hair, I think, is used twice. We call it dislegomena. Dislegomena. And Risise la ros et hasolet, that's used again in Ezekiel, I think it is, for to moisten flour. Here is some kind of moisture, drops or something like that. Drops of night. So beautiful, oh my God. Shati et Ketuna, I put on, yeah, I think we did this yesterday, actually, I think. Anyway, we're going over it again. I wasn't here yesterday. Pashatti et Ketunati. Echacha, this unusual use of echacha. How? It's only used here, I think, in Exodus. How to endure this? I've taken off my coat, my garment. Took off my garment. How shall I put it on again? Shall I put it on again? I've washed myself. I've washed my feet. Should I soil them again? Dodi shalach edo. My beloved put out his hand in min hachor, from within the opening. Amu Allah. My heart, within me, my everything within me was moved toward him. My womb, in some places, my womb growled for him. Yeah. Gamtiani liftoach. Oh my God. I rose up and opened to my beloved. Naftu more etzbatai, more, my hands with myrrh, the etzbatu, my fingers, myrrh, the spice flowing, overis flowing, al kapot hamanal, until the limit, maybe through all my palms, everything. Patachti ani dodi v'dodi. I opened to my beloved. I opened up to my beloved. My beloved went. Where did he go? Chamaki. He turned away. This is only, the word's only used twice, I think, here in Jeremiah. Hamak turned away. Oh my gosh. Dislegamana. Dislegamana. Hamak. Verse 6. Nafshi yatsa. My soul. My soul. My soul was looking for him, went out for him, left for his word, pursued his word. I pursued him, though I didn't find him, though. I called to him, but he didn't answer. Matsauni. So who found him? Who found me? Excuse me. They found me. Who did? The Shomrim, the guards of the city that go about the city. They found me. Hikuni. They smacked me a little. Batsauni. They hurt me. Nasu et rididi. Oh yeah. Me'alai Shomrei Hachomot. The keepers, these guys who keep the walls, the guardians of the walls. Oh my goodness. Yishbati etchem benot Yerushalayim. Now she's instructing, she's speaking to the chorus here, the benot Yerushalayim, the daughters of Jerusalem. If you find him, if you find Dodi, matagidu lo, what will you tell him? Tell him, Shecholat ahava ani. I am sick with love. Sick with love am I. I think that's as far as we got. Boy, that's so good. So that's a good scene for the Shabbos, for the Holy Shabbos. I think I'm going to stop there. Madodech midod hayafa. What is your beloved compared to others, from others, other beauties, other beautiful beloveds? Benashim, who you are. Madodech, so fair, so beautiful among the women. Shekacha hishpatani, that you swear to us in this way. Oh man, so good. A little bit here, just a little bit. Dodi tzach ve'adom. My beloved is tzach. We think maybe this could be fair and red, ruddy. You know, he's ruddy. Dagul me'rivava. What's dagul? Degel is like a standard, like a sign, like he has the visuals that is high above me'rivava, high above 10,000. That's the word we always use for the most that you can imagine. Roshi ketem paz, his head, and then we go into a long description of him. We call this in Arabic poetry wasaf, a long description of his physical. Yeah, I think it's good we stop here. There's a long description of his physical being now, what he looks like. It's really great. Ketem paz is an interesting phrase in verse 11. His head is like a really fine gold. Ketem paz becomes the name of a text that I think the text has been lost to us, but it was a commentary on the Zohar written by one of my favorite characters from the tradition, who wrote the poem about Bar Yochai. Bar Yochai, it's such a beautiful poem. Nimshachta Sherecha. Ibn Lavi, he wrote the text Ketem Paz, called it this, Ketem Paz. So I think we're gonna hold it there. Wasif, these Arabic love songs. There's a few of them here among the Shir HaShirim, when we describe his eyes, lips, mouth, his hair, his arms, his legs, his breast, belly. These really interesting poems. And, they pretty much are straight description. We'll get to that next time. Thanks for coming, everybody. And we're going to close with a prayer for healing. Because, man, we're in a place where we need that healing so much. We need the healing more than the precious jewels. For those we know, for those we don't know. A prayer for healing of the spirit and the healing of the body. Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf. For the healing of the spirit and the healing of the body, the healing of the spirit. Healing of the body for those we know, for those we don't know. On my left, the angel Michael. On my right, the angel Gabriel. In front of me, the angel Uriel. Behind me, the angel Raphael. Above my head, 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 above my head. Shekhinah Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, great healer. Amen. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And hope you join us again on Sunday. We'll return. We'll enter the next week of the Omer, the counting. Bye-bye.